The new album is it's an album of cover versions. So it's a lot of songs that I've wanted to sing for a while. Basically, it's not necessarily all songs that are like special or have kind of deep meaning to me, more than they're just kind of Polaroids of my youth. And like I say, songs I just wanted to sing, and for me that was quite key. You know, I was thinking, you know, along the lines of, like, it sounds ridiculous, but people like Elvis Presley would just sing songs that he wanted to sing. He didn't pick songs because they had some kind of connection or kind of trying to convey any personal message. Just, yeah, I can make that sound good. And that was my thinking. Well, it's an interesting question to, you know, well, with regards to this record, I kind of went into the studio at that point when I was experiencing a little bit of a writer's block. When I say a little bit of a writer's block, it's about 18 months or something like that. And a writer's block's a strange thing. I mean, I've never really, you know, you have little ones as you go along, but you always kind of work your way out of them. But with this one, it was a bit more difficult for me, and I didn't know why. And I just thought this would be a nice experiment, and just to kind of get back in the studio, because I was very much aware of the fact, because I didn't have any new material, I wasn't going to be going back in the studio. So it was a chance to just get back in the studio, get the juices flowing, play some other people's songs, dissect them to a certain degree, put them back together, and sort of it opened up the whole process to me again, and it certainly got the wheels turning, and I was kind of about 2/3 of the way through this record, and I was ready to go with my own next project. Kind of, let's get one finished, I need to move quick now. So it worked in that regard, but the main thing is just a bit of fun. Yeah, I do at the moment. I really like Self-Control, the Gloria Estefan song? No, the Laura Branigan song. I do apologise, Laura. Yeah, I like it. It came off. That was the toughest one to do because I had a very strong idea in my head how it would work and how it could also sound awful. I didn't want it to sound like pastiche. I wanted to bring something of my sound to it, and I was very pleased with the way it came off. And when I've been listening back to the album lately, you know, before it goes into the world, it's my favourite. That's difficult to say why now. There's no reason why it's particularly now, more than we just all got the bug at the end of last year. We just thought, I mean, we played a few gigs together in 2014, not as the Bluetones, but the guys came out and were my backing band, and it just got us all thinking, it just got us all back in the groove as more than anything, and then it was basically we just missed playing together and being in each other's company, and, you know, with instruments in our hands. And so at the end of last year, it all came back very quickly. I got a few emails and how do you feel about this sort of thing? You thought about it, and everyone was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's see if there's anyone interested. And you know, we weren't thinking in terms of scale. We were just thinking, let's play some shows, whatever they may be. Let's just do them. And it turns out that we got some quite nice offers from some quite big halls to go and play. So that's really, it was very organic. I mean, if anything, we were very conscious of the fact that people might think it was so cynical, only being 4 years since we said farewell. But it's been a long 4 years for us, because the previous 20 we spent living in each other's pockets, and it's been weird not seeing each other every week. Yes, that one. Thank you for finally bringing it up. Whoa. Yeah, I never get asked about never get asked about my long distance running talents as a young man. And by God, I could do a pretty quick mile and a pretty quick 6 miles.
Guess what time?
I remember doing Run the World in 36 minutes, and that was 6 miles. So that's probably some kind of record, especially for a 15-year-old. So 36 minutes, and I remember I stopped and had a chip butty as well halfway along the route. So I could have done it in about 15. Oh, well, I've never revealed this title, and I'm not going to start now. My God. Not because it's some great kind of secret mystery, because it's not a very good title. And UTA is far better than the original title. Never say, as far as a new Bluetones record goes, I would never say never, but it's not in our plans at the moment. Like I say, these gigs are really just so we can play some gigs together, so we can get to hang out. I don't know how everyone else is feeling in terms of their creative juices. We haven't talked about it, but I know that the rest of the band have also got other irons in the fire now. And I've got quite a nice outlet myself for things that I want to do. So no, it's not something we discussed. I wouldn't rule it out, but at the moment it's not on the agenda. Acid Jazz re-releasing some Bluetones tracks. What utter bullshit. Where did you hear that? Yeah, we're going to release a little commemorative single for this tour, because the whole point of the tour is that it's 20 years since our first single, and then 20 years almost since the first album, and that's another reason for us kind of getting back together. It's like, well, we don't celebrate our 20-year thing now, it's gone. It's another excuse for a little party, I suppose. But yeah, I don't think it's going to signal any great new assault on the charts. But yes, it's true that we are releasing a double A-side single of some early famous Bluetones songs, demo recordings for our tour. Well, when it comes to sort of feeling sort of proud of your songs, it's difficult. You only really sort of feel proud of them when you're on your own and you're a bit drunk and you're listening to them in those sort of weak moments, which is pretty much every Tuesday and Thursday as far as I'm concerned. But no, I mean, it's strange because I play all the time. I play solo shows and acoustic shows all the time, and people will ask me to play certain songs that I've completely forgotten that I've written, and so I've certainly forgotten how to play them in the moment. I don't know. I mean, no, not especially. No, it's like having to choose between your children in a way as well. Even the ones that I know have got their flaws, and if I could go back to and do it again, I would not even bother doing it again. I'd do something else. Even those ones I quite like, in a way, because they're for me sort of personal little steps on this journey I've almost got to the halfway point of. Oh yeah, I've picked it up already. It's basically, do you remember those Dulux dolls? Well, I've had one of those killed, scooped out, and I've stuck a couple of studs on each end, and it's like I'm gonna have a giant German Shepherd hanging around my neck. So yeah, I will, and I've bought it with the advance payments. With regard to why don't I do bigger t-shirts at my shows, it's because I do bigger t-shirts at my shows, but they sell out, and then I'm not in a position where I want to buy that many more t-shirts, because I think, well, most of the people that want them have got them now, because I'm not exactly the Ramones when it comes to selling t-shirts. But so sorry, you got to get there quicker if you want an XXL. I'm working on, as far as the new record goes, like I said earlier, making this record was a real springboard into me finishing off some half-baked ideas that I now feel quite confident about. So I'm going to take a couple of weeks off from now, and then I'll be back in the studio to start work on the third proper solo album. You know, I kind of think of this record as a kind of companion piece to Flash of Darkness. I mean, I think that's been the problem as well, that I felt a great deal of satisfaction when I finished Flash of Darkness, so I thought I did if I say so myself, I thought I did a good job, and it kind of raised the bar for myself, and that's why I think I've had a problem writing stuff since that I've been equally as satisfied with. But doing this record just loosened me up, and it's not to say that the quality control has gone down any, but I just feel more confident about what it is that I'm sort of doing these days. I've got a flow going again, which I think is all important. If you're a creative person, or even a chartered accountant, a good flow is key to getting through the day.